Luckfox Ultra. Let's take a deeper dive. Hello and welcome back to the lectures. In the previous video I have introduced you to Luckfox Ultra, which is a modern embedded Linux board. And in this video we are going to take a deeper dive into this board and understand deeply about this board. So let us start. But before starting, I would like to thank all the people those have liked my video. So please like and share as much as possible so that I can continue this complete course that teaches you everything about embedded Linux development on Luckfox. And you can freely apply the same knowledge to various other embedded Linux board, not only to Luckfox but various other embedded Linux board that are available currently. Great, let us start. So here I have a Luckfox Ultra, a Luckfox Pro Max, that is the mini version, and finally the BeagleBone Black. So just see how compact this Luckfox Ultra is compared to my BeagleBone Black. So now let us inspect Luckfox Ultra in details. So here we have the chip, that is the main processor or the SoC. Then we have the eMMC storage. So basically we have only two main chips here, and in the bottom we don't have any main chips. So only two chips are there. And compared to this BeagleBone Black, if you see here, we have the main microprocessor or the SoC here, and then we have the eMMC storage. But one extra thing is there, and this is the DDR RAM here. So it is an external chip here. Now this is the advantage of having a modern SoC. So the SoC that is used in Luckfox Ultra is much modern compared to the SoC that is used in BeagleBone Black. Now due to the technological advancement, the manufacturer are able to integrate the SD-RAM inside the SoC itself, and it is called SIP or System in Package. So this is much more advanced version of SoC that has integrated RAM. So in the center we have the main SoC, and then we have the eMMC storage. Here we have a USB Type-C connector that is mainly used to power this board. And then we have these two FPC connector, one for LCD and one for camera. So here I have a supported camera, and the model number is SC3336 or 3336 cam version 2. This camera can be easily attached to this board, and here we have the FPC cable for the camera, and here we can see the conductors, and you have to plug it here in the smaller one. The smaller connector is for camera, and here we can easily plug our camera module, and here we will plug our LCD module, large LCDs, RGB interface parallel LCD modules. So here I am having a standard Luckfox RGB LCD, and this is having a square form factor and a resolution of 720 by 720 pixels. Because we are using a powerful SoC, that is why I have considered using a high resolution LCD. And again here we have the FPC cable for the LCD. This is the back view, and this is the cable, the FPC cable, and here we have the conductors open, and this we can simply plug into the bigger one, this bigger FPC connector here, and the labeling is done on the PCB, and this connector is labeled LCD like this. Then we have two push buttons here, one for reset and another labeled boot. And we then have these GPIO male headers on two sides like this, and here is the speaker connector. Here you can connect external speakers, and then we have the Ethernet connector or the RJ45 connector, and after this one is the RJ45 or the Ethernet connector, where we can plug the standard Ethernet cable and connect our development board to internet or network. Then we have a USB connector, standard USB host type connector, where you can connect various USB peripherals like a pen drive or mouse or even camera. Then we have the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth module, that is the wireless module, and this one is the antenna connector. Here you can connect an external antenna, and this connector is for RTC backup, where here you can connect a coin cell. And here you can see the components that are present on the back side of the board. But there is a small drawback in the design of these board, and I would like to highlight it here. So the thing is that there is no LED indicator present on this RJ45 connector, which is used for Ethernet. While it is a standard practice to have such indicator LEDs, and none of these board is having this LEDs. On the other hand, if you look at a standard board, that is a Beagle Bone Black, here you can see a yellow and a green indicator LED. So these are used for indicating the link status and data transfer, and this is a standard practice to provide such indicator LEDs on the RJ45 connector. Now let us explore the Pro and Max models. So they are also based on the same SoC, and here we have the SPI NAND flash that is used to boot the operating system, and all of the operating system images are stored in this memory only. The USB Type-C connector for main power and PC connectivity. And here we have the SD card slot, where we can put a standard SD card like this to store the operating system images. In case the board that we are using is not having an inbuilt SPI NAND flash, or simply you need more memory, in those cases you can utilize this SD card connector, and you can use a standard SD card here. Great. And then we have this RTC battery connector here, and here we have the RJ45 or the Ethernet connector, and these are the interface headers where we can connect all sort of external peripherals that are required by our project. Finally, we have the most important connector of this board, and this is the camera connector. Just pull it up like this to create space for the connector, and now we can plug our camera here. This is my camera, and the lens, here we have the lens cover and the lens, the actual lens. Great. FPC cable, and here we can plug the camera easily and develop all kinds of image processing and image capture applications. Now that we are completely familiar with the Luckfox development board, but the actual things are not that are present on the board, but the real magic is inside the SoC. And here you can see the block diagram of RB1106 SoC. So you can see that there are lots of things integrated inside the SoC, and this we are going to explore in the next lectures. So thanks for watching, see you there.